This is the Morning Swim Show for Tuesday, February 21st, 2012. I'm your host, Jeff Cummings, and today in the Phoenix Monitor, we'll talk to the National High School record holder in the 100 butterfly, Maclin Davis. The senior from Montgomery Bell Academy set that record of 46.64 just a few days ago at the Tennessee State Championships, and Maclin joins us right now from Nashville, Tennessee. Hey, Maclin, welcome to the Morning Swim Show. How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing great.
So how does it feel to be the fastest 100 butterflyer in high school history?
Well, it feels fantastic. After years of training for this record, it feels great to finally break it. It's a very satisfying experience.
Take us through that race, and I'm sure, as being a swimmer myself, I can tell you a lot of my favorite swims feel like a blur. But tell us what you remember from it.
Well, it was after my medley relay swim earlier that morning. I felt great, and I was like, well, you know what? I'm just gonna take the pressure off and go for it this morning in prelims. And I got a great warm up, went over behind the blocks, and it just kind of worked out right. I had been feeling really fast in practice the few days before the meet, and just being shaved and fully tapered, I just was able to get it done. There were a few things that I kind of screwed up on. Like I got some really messed up a few of the walls, and my finish was really short. And my coach was really eager to point that out because he's always looking for reasons for me to go faster. But overall, I think it was a really great race, and it just felt great swimming it.
Now, last year you got very close to breaking that national high school record that Sean Fletcher had. His record was 47.10, and you went 47.14 your junior year. What did you do in this past year to ensure that you were going to not only get that record, but now, drop those 5/10ths?
Well, I think I swam the race with a little bit more maturity. Last year I was more all about speed and less about the race as a whole. Last year I went out just sprinting my brains out. I think I breathed maybe twice on the first 50, and then I just kind of died. And this year I brought it back over half a second faster, which I think was a testament to how I've been training smarter and racing smarter, and just not basing the success of the race on how fast the first 50 of it is.
And you're also going for a very accomplished state record in the 100 freestyle, that record's held by Gil Stovall, who would go on to go to the Olympics in the 200 fly. I understand he was there and he gave you a little bit of unusual kind of encouragement.
Yes, Gil and I have known each other for a really long time. We were actually on the same swim team together back in Memphis, and so he's watched me grow up, and he's been a great support to me. And he said to me, I see you're trying to knock down all my records. And I said, well, not necessarily. He said, yeah, well, you better break it or I'm going to hit you in the face. And I was kind of like, well, okay, man, I'll try. And so I came really close, with 5/100ths of a second off, but he ended up, just giving me a hug and saying good job. I told him it was close enough, and I guess he was just kind of glad he was able to keep it for a little longer.
Tell us what the time was in the 100 free.
That was 44.84.
That's pretty good, pretty good. I'm sure Dave Salo out at the University of Southern Cal was really happy to see that time. Were you expecting to go under 45?
Sort of. I mean, I hardly ever really get to swim the 100 freestyle with a good opportunity, so I was definitely trying to take advantage of the opportunity to swim it fast, and I was really happy with my time. I cut about a second, which is never something to complain about.
Absolutely.
And I was mostly glad that my 100 free time was faster than my 100 fly time. I kind of struggle with that sometimes.
Yeah, that's not something that people usually say if their 100 fly is faster than their 100 free.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about the school that you go to, Montgomery Bell Academy.
Well, it's a really nice school. It's a private school, all boys, and they're very supportive of me and the swim team in general. I get lots of congratulations. People ask me all sorts of really dumb questions about swimming, and I get to answer them with a sense of humor. And it's great. It really gives me more incentive to work hard and fight for the NBA team to win at state.
Well, anything that Anything that can increase the exposure of swimming, you know, answer all the dumb questions that you can.
Of course, yes.
And when it's not in the high school season, you swim for Nashville Aquatic Club, correct?
That's true.
Being a sprinter, tell us about a set or two that you really like to do there.
Well, there's one set we do occasionally where we do 4 sets of 450s, and they're usually on a very slow interval, like 2 minutes. And the goal is to go all out on the first one and to hold that pace for the rest of the 4. And after the 450s, you'll normally have like a 200 easy. And I really like it because it lets you go all out, but it also lets you get really tired and work on your endurance. And I think that's sort of it's a very good balance to keep, and it's not kept in every set. And so that's why I really appreciate that certain set. I normally do it like fly on the first and last rounds, maybe free and backstroke in the middle to keep me tired, keep me training on other strokes. But doing fly on the last set is very challenging, and it's I just think it's a great set to help me finish the 100 fly.
Absolutely. Now in the fall, you're going to be going to the Southern Cal, as we said. Why did you pick the Trojans?
Well, I picked them for a variety of reasons. I guess for the biggest reason was it had the best mix of what I wanted in a school. It was very encouraging of where I want to go into academically, and the guys on the team were very laid back and very accepting of different sorts of people, and they were really inclusive, which I was really appreciative of. And I just felt like I really felt at home there and really fit in well with the guys on the team.
Do you have any idea what your major might be?
I'm trying to go into fine arts, and it was a great draw for USC because they were like, oh, wait, we have lots of swimmers who have done fine arts. At other places, they were like, well, I'm not sure how that's going to work, and that really didn't instill much confidence in me. But at USC, they were like, oh, sure, we'll definitely do it. We'll work it out. It'll be great, and I just loved it.
Well, you're talking about when you say fine arts, what specifically do you think you want to get into?
Well, I enjoy drawing, painting a little bit. Another big thing about USC is it's located in the middle of Los Angeles, which is a great artistic community, and the hookups when you get out of college to maybe get a job or get recognition on a large degree is the chances are great in Los Angeles, more than most places. So that was a huge draw, considering what I would like to go into as a career.
Well, who knows? You might end up being an art director on a movie or a TV show. You might be able to help design some of the sets we see in these big blockbuster movies. You never know.
Maybe.
So back to swimming. Obviously, 46-64, turns a lot of heads, raises a lot of eyebrows. You're obviously going to be someone people are going to be looking at Olympic trials. How does this swim affect your goals for that meet?
Well, I wouldn't really say that it changes them that much. I feel like long course is a very different sort of swimming than short course, especially because underwaters and turns are really not my specialty. I'm much better just on a continuous swimming like long course. So I feel like I have more potential to keep improving long course, and this 46.6 does bode well, but I feel like I have a lot to improve in the long course pool, and that I have more time to cut and more spots to move up at the Olympic trials.
Well, that's going to be something we're going to definitely have to see if you can hold with the best of the best, which is what the Olympic trials is.
Yeah, competitive.
Yes, it is. Well, Maclin, thanks again for joining us. Congratulations on a very, very successful Tennessee State meet, and best of luck to you heading into Olympic trials.
Well, thank you.
All right, that's Maclin Davis, the new national high school record holder in the 100 fly, joining us in the Phoenix Monitor today. That's going to do it for today's show. I'm Jeff Cummings. Thanks for watching.